only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Today I am in Borough in South London, heading to a meeting here. The Ehlers-Danlos Society have sponsored a meeting with Vascern, the ERN network that looks after vascular EDS. Okay, let's get in here. So I just got back from the ERN meeting with Vascern, and I had dinner with Anna and Francisco, which was very nice. And it's 10 o'clock and it's a gorgeous kind of summer night sky. And I am heading home to do back-to-back conference calls until about 10 a.m, 2 a.m. I'm so tired. So yeah, calls until 2 a.m, which massively sucks, but that's the joy of working with people on different time zones. Watch one across the road so I don't get hit by a car. Look at that sky behind me. Oh, so nice. Anywho, so yes, great day, busy day. 1st of July. Where is this year going? So July is Life Hacks Month, and I have been promising all of you some kind of tips and hacks into how I cope with the amount of travel that I have to do. Now, honestly, the most boring and simple answer to it is that I really do believe that practice makes perfect. And it's true, like the more that I have started traveling, the easier I found it. But there are some things that I think make it much, much easier. So to start with, I'm doing some product placing here. Believe me, I ain't getting paid for it. So here we go, salt sticks. But pretty much any kind of hydration that kind of gives you that little bit extra for those that suffer with POTS, low blood pressure, flying just doesn't help. So keep as hydrated as possible. So what I tend to do is I take 2 of these as soon as I get on the plane with half a litre of water, and I just drink that all, or I even sometimes kind of do the mixer ones, put those in water, drink the whole thing. Hydration is key. On a long haul flight, I will try and drink between 1.5 litres and 2 litres of water. And I think that makes a huge amount of difference. The other thing I do is I have some baby aspirin. Any baby aspirin will do. I use this chewable one. You actually can't get this in the UK easily at all. So in America, I go and buy about 10 of these at a time. And I just literally take 40 milligrams before the flight. And if it's a really long flight, I might take one towards the end as well. But I always find that when I do long haul flying, I kind of feel like everything just feels a bit thicker. Like, it's weird, it's probably completely in my head, but it's just weird. I get less cramping with it, and I just feel a bit safer taking it when I fly that much. So it could be completely peace of mind and nothing to it, but that is one of my tips. The other thing I do is I've had to have my nose cauterized because I get bad nosebleeds, and the last bout I had actually started on a plane. So I use this stuff. It's a nose spray, but it's not got any steroids in it, and it's pretty much just 100% natural seawater, and it just keeps everything clear. When you go on a plane, you don't want blocked sinuses at all. You want everything to be really nice and moist up there. And this stuff really helps. So I was recommended, it's called Sterimar. There we go. And I've really found this quite useful. And then I put a little bit of Vaseline up the nose there, rub it together, and touch some wood, haven't had a nosebleed since. So that's really good as well. Another thing that I find, you just get a bit thick-headed on a plane. I'm not a fan of taking painkillers. I pretty much never ever take them. But one thing that I do that helps my sinuses feel clear, my head feel clear, is a little bit of forehead. So I don't know if you guys have this in the US or if it's a UK thing, but it's basically just like menthol. that you rub on your temples, on your forehead, funnily enough called forehead, and it just makes everything kind of feel a bit clear. Don't rub your eyes afterwards, you'll be really upset that you did that, so it can really burn your eyes, but that really helps as well. Other little things that I do, I make sure that I eat as well as I can at the airport. You never know what you're going to get on a plane. When I'm eating really clean, I take my own food on the flight, because you're not going to get a massively balanced healthy meal on a plane, and that kind of helps. Definitely get some healthy snacks, some nuts, some dark chocolate, that kind of thing to see you through. I try and time my flights so that I land as kind of close to dinner time as possible in the US, so that I literally get in and I go to bed, and then I don't fight getting up early. So I sometimes wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I just work for a couple of hours. And it depends. When it's a short trip, that works really well. So I just stay as close to UK time. I'm normally asleep by 9 p.m, up at 5 a.m. And then it's not too hard when I come home. If I'm somewhere for over a week, then you just naturally get into the rhythm of the local time zone and it's a bit harder. So I've just been to the US for 3 weeks and I'm struggling to go to bed before 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a nightmare. But the more that I wake up early, then the more you'll just naturally be so exhausted, you can't help it. But I've never really tried melatonin, but a lot of people swear by it, but another thing that could be worth trying. But I think check in as early as possible, get exit rows if you can. Exit rows are a bit hard because you have to prove that you're fit enough to be able to open the doors. So it's a tough one, but there's also the kind of the baby changing seats where you've got extra legroom as well. That extra bit of legroom makes a massive difference. If you can keep everything moving, walking up and down the cabin, really movement, hydration is definitely key. And just enjoying it, I guess. You know, for me, I try and avoid getting Wi-Fi wherever I can. It's my moment to just watch some movies, chill, take some time out and enjoy the rest really. But it's different for everyone, but they are my personal tips. I've made sure that I now have a really padded backpack. The handles are really padded. I now travel only with an iPad. I don't travel with a laptop, so that my bag is as light as possible. I never carry on, I always put it in the hold. So that means I never have to reach up and put the suitcase overhead, because that really hurts my neck. And I'm not like then carrying around a heavy case throughout the airport and things like that I found, you know, normally you just want to pack a really small case and then take it on with you and you're first out. For me, just no rushing is key when it comes to traveling. As soon as you add rushing and pressure of time, it turns into a horrible experience. So I take my time, I leave myself plenty of time getting there, plenty of time the other end. I don't try and book anything that close to when I'm landing. I take my time, I go and get my case, I walk slowly to getting a taxi. Everything is about pacing that and not pushing yourself, especially after a really long flight. So I hope some of that has helped you. If it has, great. Always DM me, send me a message, send me an email, anything you want, and I can give you some more tips and tricks about life in general. London. It's a little bit nippy today. I mean, nippy's strong. It's just not really hot like it has been. And I'm on my way to some meetings at the Royal Society of Medicine. And then we have our staff meeting and EDS Echo later today. I don't think there's anything I can do that's going to make my hair not look peculiar. I'm just going to go with it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Busy time. I've had a good 10 days at home though, which has been lovely. So back in the clouds on Friday for a bit more travel. But before then, I've got quite a few meetings to get through. I'm at the RSM and I got the chance to have an amazing meeting today with great people that are here from Mexico City. Now we've been trying really hard to get us to as many places around the world as we can. South America, Latin America is really somewhere that we really want to target. So I'm now going to talk, sorry, just letting people pass. So we're now going to talk to someone called Laura, who's going to tell us what it is like to live in Mexico City with EDS.
I'm Laura Yanis, I'm from Mexico City. Supposedly I have hypermobile type of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I've been working like trying to give information to patients like in a very citizen way, like just sharing links and trying to make people accompany and like feeling that they are not alone really. Like it's very difficult to receive this kind of diagnosis, but I really working to make information available for Latin America and in Spanish, because I know that there's a lot of people who needs this information to get a better life.
And so, as a patient, what was it like trying to get a diagnosis and to try and get care and management living where you do?
Well, it was very difficult and frustrating. I think that like everybody in Mexico, we have like a public service, and I tried to go in that way, but I didn't receive like very good like treatment, like even psychological treatment for that. So I looked for another doctor, the Dr. Bravo in Chile, and he diagnosed me, and then well, I took this diagnosis to my doctors, and they agreed to treat me as a Ehlers-Danlos syndrome patient, and my health really improved a lot. They decided to give me like physiotherapy, changing the diet, trying to have like pain control, and then that made me to jump to exercise routine that is making me more like feeling like fit, and like my blood pressure is better, my digestive situation is much better, I can eat a lot, well not too much, but my allergies are not enough controlled, but I think that they are okay, and the pain is not really gone, but actually like bearable. So I think that treatment is just something that we really need to look in with our doctors and talk about that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It was so great to meet you today. We've been trying to get this coffee in for a while, and I'm very, very grateful. So hopefully next time I see you, we'll be in Mexico City. We can try and put something together. Thank you to Laura. Thank you for sharing your story. And Latin America, we're coming for you. So, another day, another bear walk. Walking the bear today before another day of meetings. I love having a bear, not just because I love having a bear, but because it helps me get my steps in every day. And I'm recently trying something new, where instead of 10,000 steps a day, I'm going for 15,000, which is much harder to fit in. But it does make a difference. I'm feeling much stronger. This is all extra effort for the Vietnam-Cambodia cycle, trying to keep those muscles as strong as possible. However, walking is not a closed chain exercise, so I'm trying to monitor how it makes my tears feel, and I will cut it back if it hurts. But so far, it's not feeling too bad, and I'm feeling stronger. So, gonna give it a good go. Keep going for a while longer. See if I can get in that kind of level every day. It's been easy recently because I've been going up to town every day and using the train. But when you sit at a desk, it's harder, which is why I'm currently looking at trying to buy a treadmill, so that in between calls, when I'm stuck in my home office every day, I can actually get on the treadmill. And even if I do 250 to 500 steps an hour whilst on the phone, in between emails, it's just that one extra way of keeping active, keeping everything moving. And so I think I'm going to give that a go too. Very lucky where I live. Just 1 second walk and behind me there are loads and loads of fields, so I can't really complain. But sometimes the level of work means you can't just be walking out all the time, even if you have got a little bear that would be very happy to do that all day long. So I'll let you know how the treadmill search goes. So I have the privilege of being a co-investigator in something called the Concord study, which is based in the UK with the NIHR, and it is looking into the coordinated care of rare diseases in the UK. And it's looking at how that is coordinated currently, but critically how both patients, caregivers, families and healthcare providers think it should be coordinated. So it's a really amazing project, patient engagement from start to finish. They have an amazing a group of patient experts that represent parents, families, caregivers, partners, patients themselves, and myself and one other have the privilege of kind of leading that group and being co-investigators on the project. So we're about to do a webinar today at UCL. I am at UCL in London here, and we are launching the project and what it means and what we've been doing to the world. So this is the link here to watch the webinar, and you can find out more about what we've been doing. Here we are, ready to do the webinar. Some of the team from Concord. We're going to go live in about 1 minute. Da, da, da. It's that time again. It's early in the morning, but it's beautiful and sunny. And I am on my way to Houston, Texas for the MarFan conference. Our wonderful vascular EDS community. The sun is setting on Houston. Look how pretty it looks. And I cannot wait for room service, Netflix, and an early night. Absolutely knackered. It's been a great day at the MarFan conference, hanging with some members of the vets community. And I'm super tired and jet lagged. I'm gonna go to bed. So I just got back from Houston from the MarFan conference and had the absolute privilege to spend some really good quality time with members from our vascular EDS community. I'm always just completely blown away by these families who have gone through unimaginable heartbreak, and to hear their stories, it absolutely cuts you up, it really does. But then you walk away feeling so much like inspiration and warmth and love from these people who are holding each other together. They're they've made friendships and connections across the world, and they hold this tragedy in common, which unites them in a way that is just incredible. It really is. And historically, there hasn't been enough done for all of the kind of other types of EDS. Hypermobile EDS is the most prevalent, and it tends to get the most focus. And we're really, really going to work very, very hard to change that and to provide as much support, resources, education, events as we can, because it's so important. It really is. And you're reminded every time that you spend time with people who are living with these types that are much, much rarer, but are often so much more devastating in many ways. And it's silly, and it's irrelevant really to compare pain and how things affect people, because it doesn't really matter. What matters is that every single type of EDS, people living with HSD, fall under our umbrella equally, and we're really committed to making everyone really feel that. So we have a lot of work to do. I'm excited to do it, and I'm grateful that I got to spend these days with some amazing people. So I currently have an ear infection, sore throat, swollen glands. I have an infection basically, and that always kicks off everything being much worse. So last night I had a really bad SVT, and that is a supraventricular tachycardia, which means your heart goes really fast and out of rhythm. May or may not be connected to EDS, who knows, could be complete coincidence. Not everything that you ever have medically is related to a chronic condition, but it's absolutely battered me. So I think today I will be working mainly from bed. We are leaving for Nashville in a week, so we've got so much to do. So busy, don't have time to be ill, and it's super frustrating. There we go, such is life. It's good to be feeling better. I've had a pretty rough few days. Started out having SVT, supraventricular tachycardia, and that kind of made my blood pressure drop massively. And it's all because I've had an ear infection and sinus issues and swollen glands, which is often happens. Infection is what really throws me, so kind of sucks. Not a massive surprise. I've been travelling loads, lots of long haul flying, which is never great for infection, especially sinuses and ears. So I just had to switch off for a day or two. But the trick is to always try and make those rest days and recovery days as short as possible, because deconditioning and all the problems that come with that kick in so quickly. And so it's this constant weighing up between the right amount of rest, right amount of recovery, when that should be, fighting, pushing through infection or just pushing through fatigue. And it's like the hardest mathematical equation to work out ever, and I was never good at maths, so it's a tough one. But the last 2 days I felt better, so I've been taking Ripley for a walk and gently trying to get out of the house, doing little bits and pieces. But it's good to feel better. Still a bit weak, but definitely getting there. I need to get better quick, because on Saturday morning we leave for Nashville. Here. Nashville, we're on our way. Bye. We're on our way. Got my wife in disguise behind me. She loves my vlog. And we've got Stacey, our events manager. And we are on the lookout for Professor Graham. Dr. Cohen, our digital marketing director Erin, our marketing assistant Brianna. Got a full flight all on our way to Nashville. Okay, we've got some of the team. Brianna. Look who Alpha I found in the airport. Professor Graham.
I live here.
We are on our way. We're all meeting up together, so we better get on board. Hey team! We've landed! Here we are, conference prep with Team Zebra. Look at this amazing team. We've found registration. I see some of our staff. Calm before the storm. We've just seen all of that be delivered. Oh lordy lord, that's going to be a fun game. We've just arrived on site in Nashville. Boxes everywhere, and we are so excited that this year we're doing live streaming for the first time ever. There's about 1,300 people that have signed up from all over the world, so make sure you do the same. Swipe up, register now to hear all of the most amazing speakers coming to you, talking about all the subjects that you need to hear about, so that no matter where you are, you can hear it.
I am Paulette, and this is Johnny up here driving us. So Johnny, these folks are from England, and some of them from the United States. Yep. But we have a lot of people from England up here. They got a little tired from the time change, but they're here with us. Okay, so we're going to head straight into town. UK people, Stacey Blue, please. UK people. Oh, right, there we go. Helen, that's you two. There we go. That's everyone for the UK. And then US people. Good half. And our driver's joining in as well. Lovely jubbly.
All heading in for barbecue. Straight in there, people.
Oh, wow.
Barbecue!
Hey.
Barbecue! Look at you in your cowboy boots!
My daughter's cowboy
Yee-haw!
I need to go shopping for cowboy boots.
Tell me where the party's at! Tell me where the party's at! We have our very own Johnny Cash with us in the form of a...
Can't go deep enough.
What are you having, Erin?
I'm gonna have smoked chicken with a coleslaw and vegetable.
Very nice. Look at this. Whoa. parrot in our conference hotel called Pearl.
So Pearl.
Hey Pearl. So we've just stepped into our pre-con meeting. Look at this, all the team are wearing black and white. We have black and white things. We've all got our names. So all of our staff are meeting all of their staff. Look at this, the zebra staff. Worried about the champagne at 9 o'clock in the morning, but we'll overlook that. How are we doing, boys?
We're just getting someone to move some nails so we can get a sign.
Right. Look at that. That's smart, isn't it? Hiya.
Hiya.
How are we doing?
Excited.
Look at all this signage. It's so proper.
Yeah. Yay, Nashville.
Yay, Nashville. Look at everyone setting up. Hey, everyone. You are volunteers. Thank you so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. So we have our bags. We've got lots of fun things going in here. We've got 2 research studies going on, so that's details about one of them. Our brochures, our lanyards, salt stick, some Thrive tape. This is all very cool. I know you. There she is. Oh, we've got our shop going up. Oh, Dr. Alan Hakeem, I didn't know you were in retail.
I do. A little bit of everything for everybody. Hi.
Look at this, everyone's getting involved. Lovely, they look lovely. We have Rob. Rob is our finance director, but he's also shop chief.
Rob does everything.
Rob does everything, that's right. Who else do we have? We have our Reg. We have Jacques. We're keeping Jacques very busy. What you doing, Jack?
I am doing some PowerPoint slides. I'm being very arty.
Arty PowerPoint slides. What we got? Oh, we can't reveal.
Trying to
God.
make them look more snazzy.
Snazzy. Jack's our graphic and web designer and makes everything look pretty. Everything's pretty. Look.
Oh, it's super
Look
cool.
how pretty.
I'm really
So pretty. Oh look, I know you.
Hey.
Hey Shane.
Hey, Laura.
No, I'm showing your badge.
Oh, my badge.
Don't turn away from me. How you doing? Are we excited?
Very excited.
We have a lot of people descending on us tomorrow.
I know, a record number.
Record number indeed, from all over.
High capacity
Yes, we are.
than anybody else.
No one else can come. Here we have our... Yes, yeah, we've got live streaming. Stacey, how are we doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah?
Hello.
Hello. Facebook. No, we're not. This is Laura's vlog.
Oh, hello, Laura.
We are all... Oh my goodness! Look at that. That is so cool. Oh my god, I love it. Love it!
Hello, I'm Angela Ballard, Clinical Research Coordinator, involved with the HEDGE study as well as other research and ECHO. Thank you so much for having us here and giving us the opportunity to help further this cause. So thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Brian Johnson from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm the registry coordinator. I want to thank you again so much for having us here. This is a great opportunity, and I'm just looking forward to all the events that will be happening this week.
So it's 6:30 in the morning, heading down to breakfast, day 1 of the conference. About to see all of the team, the society team. There they all are, I see them. Everyone's super excited, super nervous. 870 people are about to descend on the ballroom at the Sheraton Music City, and we can't wait. And I'm going to end July's vlog right here with you because it's now the end of July. We're going to pick up, see all about the conference in August vlog, so make sure you subscribe and join in. Wish us luck. Bye bye from Nashville.
Behind the scenes when we all get a little delirious.